let me finish this text real quick.
What are you doing over there, Dad?
Just writing back checks.
The usual.
You know it. Trying to keep this family alive. Dadgummit, I hate this stupid thing. Taylor! I need your help with the scanner.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
What? Do I hit the red X to get out of this? The red X, right?
My loving children are just asleep in their beds right now, thinking they're gonna have a great summer day. Well, someone's gotta clean this house. Their mother won't do it, so I'll dust and I'll sweep the deck and clean the gutters. That'll be good for today's work for my little slave children.
Just read the problem. What's it say? The square root of 36, which is what? 6, okay. Multiply that by 2, what's that? 12, good, all right. Multiply that by 10, what's that? 120. Now, then you're gonna divide that by 2, and what do you get? 60. 60, right here, son, 60. All right, what time are we gonna leave the house? We talked about this, we've talked about this time. Do we wanna go early? Do we wanna go later? Like, what time are we gonna try and do this?
One meeting. We've got to get there by 6 o'clock. So I thought we were leaving at 6 o'clock in the morning.
All right, I've got a 2-day trip. I'm gonna spend half of it driving. I've got this shirt just in case I wear these pants. I've got this shirt just in case I wear these shorts. This shirt is really just gonna go with that one pair of pants that I bring. I need one for dinner, and then an alternate for dinner possibly. So 5 shirts for a 2-day trip. I think I need one more.
Well, and then Daddy, do you remember that time Daddy made us mow the lawn 3 days in a row because it was growing so fast with the rain? I'll never forgive him for that. I know! Oh gosh, I washed the bowl again. Hang on, Chris. Come on, Oliver. Come on, give it to him. Go, boy! You ain't running! You ain't running! Bruce!
What are y'all doing in there? Bruce, quit messing with your sister.
All right, just give me a nice little pile right here. Just give me a nice little pile right here. All right. Is this where you want this? This is where you want it? Right in front of the pile? Okay. No. You got to use the pointy edge to get along the corner. There you go. Dig in there. Dig in there with the cornered edge. Use it for what it's for. Now pull it away from the brick. Pull it away from the brick. There you go.
Bruce, did you check the oil on the mower before you started? Make sure you check the oil. Do you have enough gas? Is there enough gas for the whole cut? Do we need to get more? Did you top it off? Make sure you get around the tree real good.
Alright, so I got Bruce's bag, got Terry's bag, got the hanging clothes, my hat's in the corner. What's my base gonna be? Dang it, I forgot we gotta get Bruce's gun. No, Pat, you can't bring that extra bag. What? We don't have room for that. This one's a good right here. You just slow down. Slow down. Gosh.
Remember, Taylor, rinse it and put it in the dishwasher.
Everybody now,
Rinse it and put it in the dishwasher.
I said it's alright. Take it easy. Get up. I know you're busy over there with your super special auditor job and everything, but I haven't received my Verizon payment yet. Let me know you can send that over, please.
All right, I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright, Dad.
Don't you dare take my pillows! Get off my pillows! You're gonna make them hot! Get off my pillows!
I got a good ballpoint pen, I got my highlighter here, I got my Sharpies. Okay, we're ready to start the day. Alan. Alright, good pen here. Get my expense report done for village, cut off my back.
All right, what did you need?
Honey,
What?
go to bed.
Fine.
Hello, Bruce. Happy 60th birthday. What is my favorite thing about Bruce Peak? Taylor didn't tell me whether this video was G-rated or PG-rated or even R-rated. So I guess I should say if it's G-rated, witty personality. If it's PG or R-rated, I guess I should say smart-ass personality. Or maybe it's your patience. Where would y'all like to go to eat tonight? 4, 3, 2, 1. Spit it out, spit it out, spit it out. 60 years old. I guess we would say you're about the same age as the old topper when we were in school. We know how old we thought he was. My favorite memory has got to be buying the newspaper, looking at the lines on Monday morning, calling the radio stations where the game was going to be played at, trying to find any angle whatsoever that would give us an edge in betting on Monday Night Football. Wish I could be there with you. Glad that you're celebrating this day, and congratulations.
I was so happy when Taylor called and told me that she was going to be pulling together this video tribute to give to you for your 60th birthday, and I'm really, really happy to be able to participate. The questions that Taylor suggested that we talk about were, what are the things that you like best about Bruce? And also, what are some of your favorite memories that you have of Bruce? And clearly, the things that I like best about you, Bruce, are your character, your crazy personality, and the friendship that we have shared for such a long, long time. And it means a lot to me. And one of my favorite memories is going to your mom and daddy's house and hanging out and drinking Mary and sweet tea, which is still the best ever. And you've got a wonderful family. I always felt at home at 113 Aljo Curve, and I hope that this is going to be a wonderful birthday for you. It's New Year's Eve now. I'd like to wish you a Happy New Year, you and Pat and your children, and I hope it's a great year for you.
Hey Bruce, happy birthday, big boy. Just so grateful that Taylor invited me in to honor you on this big day. I know, along with lots of others that love you. I'm just so grateful for a friendship that spanned 40 years. Although there have been big, long breaks, when we connect, it's like we were never apart. Yeah, I would give you a hard time about getting old, but I'm in the same boat, brother. Really grateful for our time on the plains as our sort of the strong bond of our friendship developed. You know, not going to go into all the details of the memory makers we had there, but suffice to say, you know, my fondest memories from Auburn were shared with you. Your smile, your laughter, the gleam you get in your eyes just make it fun and easy to be around you. You know, although we met as KA brothers, you know, when we reconnected as brothers in Christ, I was just pumped and just so proud of you and just the great and wonderful family that you've led. What a great husband you are, and a great daddy, and just an awesome friend. You're just a rock, somebody that people can count on. I know I do. And so anyway, bro, just love you. Happy birthday. Enjoy the day. I know it's going to be fun for you.
I was so happy when Taylor called and told me that she was going to be pulling together this video tribute to give to you for your 60th birthday, and I'm really, really happy to be able to participate. The questions that Taylor suggested that we talk about were, what are the things that you like best about Bruce? And also, what are some of your favorite memories that you have of Bruce? And clearly, the things that I like best about you, Bruce, are your character, your crazy personality, and the friendship that we have shared for such a long, long time. And it means a lot to me. And one of my favorite memories is going to your mom and daddy's house and hanging out and drinking Mary and sweet tea, which is still the best ever. And you've got a wonderful family. I always felt at home at 113 Aljo Curve, and I hope that this is going to be a wonderful birthday for you. It's New Year's Eve now. I'd like to wish you a Happy New Year, you and Pat and your children, and I hope it's a great year for you.
Happy birthday, Bruce. 60 years. It's a miracle we're still living. I guess my favorite memory would be coming back from the Michelob Open, you doing way over 100 going downhill. It's a blessing we're both alive. Love you, man. Happy birthday, partner.
Bruce, this is John Morris checking in. Wanted to take a minute to wish you a happy 60th birthday. Quite a milestone, young fella. You know, thinking back over the years, we've been friends all of your life. Jerry and I became friends at age 4. That made you 1. So friends for 59 years is the way I look at it. And just wanted to share a couple of things that I remember that were exceptionally funny memories. One being the double date that we shared in Auburn. One night I had a date with a girl from Tuscaloosa, and she was a upperclassman, and she had a younger sorority sister that she wanted to get a date. You needed a date, so I got you a date with my date's friend. If you remember correctly, we went out to Opelika to pick her up, and I think you were fairly excited about the opportunity, and we rang the doorbell, and lo and behold, she answered the door, and things kind of went downhill from there, if I remember correctly. Every time I think about that, the song, "Oh, I wish I was in the land of cotton, old times there are not forgotten, look away, look away, look away, Dixieland," comes to mind. Quite a night. I remember it like it was yesterday. My future wife was there that night. She had a date with Johnny Kinsey. Karen caught my eye that night, as a matter of fact, and I couldn't get her off my mind from then on, and finally about a year later got up enough courage to ask her out for a date. And the rest was history, as they say. The other thing I wanted to remind you of and remember with you was the probably the greatest caper that we ever were involved in. We were on bicycles at the end of Russell Drive. It was a Sunday evening, and we were throwing crab apples at cars as they passed by. You, me, and Jerry. I threw a particularly strategic sidearm crab apple through the passenger side window of a car as it passed, and it struck the driver in the side of the head. Well, we just thought that was so funny, and we were celebrating such a good shot, and about 30 seconds later that car had turned around and came hook sliding back into Russell Drive. Out jumped the driver. He looked at the three of us and he says, "Two Peaks and a Morris." And under our breaths we all said, "And one big-eared dairyberry." He said, "If you boys don't tell your parents what happened, I'm going to call them and tell them myself." Well, I went home, told my dad that I had hit Mr. Dairyberry in the head with a crab apple, got a butt whipping, good Lord, and had to call him up that night and apologize to him on the telephone. So it was it's funny in retrospect. That night it wasn't all that funny. Those are some good memories, old buddy, and hope we get a chance to have some more in the future. And I just appreciate knowing you all these years, appreciate the business relationship that we've had for so many years, and want you to know that I'm amazed at you, the way that you have handled your current health situation, and the way that you've handled it with courage and dignity, and just hope that, and pray that all the best comes from the treatment, and that everything will be okay. Trust that it will. I know the Lord's got you in the palm of his hand. So again, happy birthday to you. Hope you have a wonderful time with your family, and celebrate the fact that you got so many friends that care about you. Take care, my friend. Bye-bye.
Hey Bruce, Jeffrey Dog here. Happy birthday to you. I hope you had a great 60. It's a pretty tough one here. I got so much material that I really don't think I'm gonna have enough film in this cell phone to hold it all. But got a couple of questions posed to me. First being my favorite characteristic, and that's got to be your quick wit and sense of humor. That's one thing that's always amazed me about you. You can come up with them pretty doggone quick. And just to throw a few examples at you, one night in Auburn many years ago, riding around town drinking sweet tea, we were a little bit on the hungry side. Quit laughing at me. My bride is videoing this thing for me. She's over here laughing. But anyway, we decided to go to Crystal's. We pull up to the drive-thru, and here you go with that smart mouth that you were saying, I want 6 death pellets with cheese and a real thing. I never will forget that as long as I live. Pretty funny, pretty funny. Another one that was pretty good, just back in high school this go around. We were at a track meet, and I think it was in Fort Dale, Alabama. And this track was a dirt track and had tree roots all through it, if you remember those days. Hope you remember that, but it was pretty doggone funny. But anyhow, we were warming up for our 440 relay. And as I said, 440, that's back in the old days, now it's 400 meters. But at that point in time, we had a doggone good 440 relay team, consisting of, it was me and you, Tim Wood, and Louis McMillan. Warming up in this process, we always have a visual for the runner before you can start, so he can be full speed when he gets baton. So I'm getting ready for you to come around the corner, and you hit your spot that I take off, and for some reason you decide to say, proceed to run, Jeff. Now, I've never understood that, but that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Nobody's ever done that. Only but you would do it. Another little thing. Why we did this, one of my favorite memories of all time, was Denver, Colorado. We were in the summer. It was summer break. It was in August, I do remember that. Why we went to Denver, I have no idea. But we packed up in my 1970 model Datsun 610, 4-door with a 5-speed. No, take that back, 4-speed. We proceeded to drive to Denver, Colorado, and on a whim. I don't know why we did. We went out there, and we had planned to possibly go to the Broncos game. They were playing at that point in time. And that little car broke down on the interstate going out there. So we kind of slept on the side of the road that night. Tow truck came by, picked us up, took us around the corner, and the man fixed it for hardly anything, so we got lucky there. Went on to Denver and missed the ball game because of it, of course. And went out to eat a night or two and came back home. That's all we did. But certainly enjoyed it. And most of all, glad to hear you're doing well. Hope everything continues to go well, and you can keep us posted on all that. But happy birthday to you. Have a great day. Love you, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Bruce, happy birthday. 60. I told the guy, you know, I've already turned 60. Told the guy the other day that kind of bothered me because 60 just sounded a lot older than anything in the 50s, and he said there's a reason for that, because it is old. So we are old, but we made it this far and we'll make it a while longer. But in my instructions, I think, were to talk about one of the good times that we had. It's hard to single it out because we had a lot of them. But I do remember back in the 7th grade when I first met you and you kind of took me around Parish High. That one night that we snuck out, well, maybe maybe I shouldn't talk about that. And later on, we were at Morgan Academy in high school, and nah, I can't see that either. But you remember that time that we were in high school when we went to visit Auburn, and went to the K house that night, you know? Nah, I can't talk about that either.
What about once you got to Auburn?
Then we got to Auburn, we were freshmen. And remember we didn't have cars. We had bicycles, and Kinsey had the pink Rambler, and so we triple dated in the pink Rambler. We all had blind dates, and we bought Old Milwaukee on sale.
I don't think you need to mention that.
So we impressed our dates with the car and with the beer. I think they had to go home early that night for some reason. I don't know. We went to the pep rally, and it was like a Thursday night, and then they had to go home about 8:15, I think. I don't know. Must have had some exams the next day or something. I'm sure it was something important. But then, you know, we got out of school, and Denise and I were going to get married, and my old buddy came up a few days early to take me out on the town to
now.
celebrate the, yeah, I guess maybe. No. Can't go there either.
About when we went to visit them.
Yeah. And then, you know, we came down there to visit you and Pat in St. Pete, and we went to SeaWorld.
Went to Busch Gardens.
And
no.
Yeah, well, we don't want to talk about that, though. So we've had some really good times that, you know, just probably you and I need to talk about in confidence, you know, rather than around a group of people. And it's been fun, and it will continue to be fun. And happy birthday.
We love you, Bruce. Happy birthday.
I hear somebody's going to be 60. And I know a lot about that because I'm 60 right now, and I can see 61 from here. I have some really good memories of you. Not as many as I would like to because we've had so many miles between us, but I share in your joys and your little successes and your big successes, and you've made my sister incredibly happy and given each other 2 beautiful children, and I just want you to know how much that means to me and how much you mean to me. And I've prayed for you every day. People you don't even know have prayed for you and continue to pray for you to get you through these last few months and the future months to come. And we hope that you will continue to do well. I just want you to have the happiest 60th birthday, and I want you to know that you've made me laugh a lot. And I hope I've made you laugh a lot too. And when I see pictures or anything of you and my sister, I see the light of God shine in your faces. And you just both look fantastic. So you have a wonderful birthday, and I love you, and I miss you. And I truly hope to see you when I come down in late February or early March. So you make sure and come and see me. And Troy. I love you. Happy birthday, Bruce. Surprise!
Go. Happy birthday, Bruce. Number 60. This is brought to you by the letter P. When I think of you, I think of a lot of P words. The first letter that comes to mind, or the first word that comes to mind, is poot. I never had heard of a poot before. Nobody in my family ever farted when I was growing up, and I never heard the word until probably I was close to 20 years old. Then we came to your house for a week or a weekend, and all I heard was all different kinds of poots, and you even sent me a dictionary of poots. Oh my gosh. Pacifier. I remember going to the roast that they did of you and Pat, and your uncle stood up at the country club, and he talked about how he had never seen a child who could balance a pacifier on their tongue like you can. Pop. Pizza. Every time you sent Pat away to come to Michigan to visit us, you always bought us pop and pizza. Thanks. It was good. We still like pop and pizza. And the last word I have is Pat. And I just thank you so much for being such a good husband to my sister. I know that you've been through so much this year. And we just thank you for hanging in there and for being a testimony for so many. We love you, and happy birthday, and many, many more.
Happy birthday to Bruce from the Senior Center.
Happy birthday.
I don't know how old you are, but
60.
happy birthday. 60. Oh, okay. Happy 60. I was 60 once, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Back when you remembered things.
Yeah, I remembered things back then.
You could hear.
See you later.
Happy birthday, Uncle Bruce. I can't believe you're 60. You look awesome, and I really do mean that. I love you so much, and I wish I could be down there to celebrate with you for more than one reason. I think this is such a cool idea, and I'm going to try so hard not to cry. I've been procrastinating forever, and I just keep telling myself this is not a memorial. This is a birthday celebration, so hang in there with me. I think my favorite memories of you, from when I was younger, were definitely playing Aggravation, and I remember you teaching me how to swim at a neighbor's pool and just feeling so confident. And I can literally think about that moment and feel that confidence. And especially now, just recently, just being able to spend the last few years coming down with my family and just really doing life with you and just having you be part of our immediate family. I love watching you with Sam, and it just makes me, I'm just so blessed. We feel so blessed to have you and Aunt Pat and Taylor and Bruce and the dogs, and it's just truly such a blessing. And then the thing that I think that I love the most about you is I love to watch you serve. The way that you serve God in so many different ways is just, it's not only made my faith stronger, it's made my marriage stronger, it's made me a better parent. And we joke about it a lot because you're always making sure everybody's got their refreshment, no one's getting dehydrated around Uncle Bruce. But when we walk into your church, even, you're serving, you're checking in on everyone, and you're doing it in the Bruce Peak way, which I couldn't think of a better one. And I don't get to see you in your work capacity, but just the love that people have for you. I can even hear it on the phone when you're doing calls, and your family, and just the way that you parent and the way that you love Aunt Pat, and that we get to see that tender side of you, is just, it's such a gift. I'm not going to cry, but just know that it has just meant the world to me to be able to see you as much as I get to now, and just sit back and just enjoy you. And I know this has been just such a rough year for you. I don't know even. I can't even imagine how rough it's been. But for you to praise God throughout the whole thing, for you and Aunt Pat to praise God throughout the whole thing, and to be able to giggle about it, and some of it, and then build other people's faith up in it at the end, I can't think of a better gift to God or to your family. And so we just love you so much, and I cannot believe I got through that. Yes. But I just love you so much. I just think you're totes adorbs, and I can't wait to see you in April. And we just love you to death. Love you.
Hey, Uncle Bruce. Happy 60th. Just wanted to send out congratulations for clocking 60 years successfully, and hopefully you'll get another 60. A couple of things I like most about you and love about you are how fun you are when it comes to playing golf, and that you can be serious, but you also know how to have fun. I think that's great. I also like the way that when you are hosting, you are the hostess with the mostest, and nobody ever has a dry mouth in your house, and it just shows that you focus on the people around you as opposed to yourself, and I think that's a really good quality. And also it's quite apparent you're at the top when it comes to obedience to the Lord and keeping focus on your faith. I think that's just that's the best, and I wish you the best. Take care, Uncle Bruce.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Uncle Bruce. Happy birthday to you.
There you go.
Are you 10? Are you 20? Are you 30? Are you 40? Are you 50? Stop.
No, keep going.
Are you 30? No. 40? No.
Yeah.
60? No. Stop.
60.
Happy 60th birthday!
We love you.
Wow. Happy birthday. Happy 60th birthday.
What's on your head?
The Christmas octopus that you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
It's super fun. And I love the time that you taken us to King's. It was super fun.
King Street Counter, that restaurant. What do you love about Uncle Bruce?
That you're super fun. And that you always serve us. You make sure everybody has something to eat and is okay.
Anything else?
Nope. Bye, Uncle Bruce.
Long
Happy
kiss.
birthday. Boil up.
Happy 60th birthday, Uncle Bruce. I just wanted to take this time to wish you a very happy birthday, and I hope that you realize how important and loved you are by not only me, but this entire family. We've been blessed to have you in our lives, and thinking back over the years of all of the memories that we have together, the one thing that I feel is so important to note is that no matter where you are, you're always making people laugh. You're always making them feel more comfortable. And that is truly a gift that you have, and probably what attracted my aunt to you. Also, one of my favorite personal memories would be our times together as the Red Baron and Green Genie. And when I sat down to shoot this video, I thought it would be funny for me to clutch a Shamu and do it in my whitey tighties. But my wife reminded me that Shamu is not cool, and I don't look nearly as good as I used to in my whitey tighties. So I hope that you have a wonderful birthday, and I can't wait to see you in a few weeks. I love you so much. There we go.
Happy birthday, Uncle Bruce!
Happy
birthday! From the Chris Peak family.
Happy birthday. We love you.
Happy birthday.
We love you.
Happy birthday, Bruce.
Love you so very, very much.
60 years old. Sorry, I keep moving in and out. I just remember like you were a baby yesterday. More or less.
Yeah.
Anyway, hope you have a good one. Love this tribute. And just thank you for coming to our house and being my brother.
Love you, Uncle Bruce.
This is the place of Scallop Gate. Jerry Peak tried to screw us.
$40 for a quarter pound of scallops. Not me.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey, Bruce. Hey, happy birthday. Happy 60th birthday. Man, we hope you've had a great Christmas. We want to wish you the best 2017. And man, I wish I was really there to go to Morgan Academy, actually meet you in Selma. We could go shoot some free throws because I feel we could start with a goal of 60 in a row. But listen, I also would like to get you 60 milkshakes, but I can't do that either. So let me recommend a couple of things. First, we'd like to go with the Bluebell Rocky Road. We could try those with 60 shakes, or actually dips. I bet there's 60 in this container. And anyway, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. We love you, brother. We miss you. Hope you and your family are all doing great. And again, just hope this is a great surprise and tell you that we look forward to seeing you real soon. God bless you, brother. Bye. Hey, Bruce, there's one more thing I really want to tell you. I have loved the way you have always made us laugh over the years. I have howled at you and for so many different things, and one that always comes to my mind is the way you call the coupe, the coupe. And I would love to go for a ride one day with you in a coupe. Maybe we could do 60 miles an hour. Maybe we could relive when the drive between Auburn and Selma when you drove your B210, or Pop Pete drove your B210, and it was your car and he wouldn't let you drive it for 2 hours. I never will forget you telling that story. Thanks again, how you make us always laugh. And again, we just want to wish you a very happy birthday and a great new year.
Happy birthday, Uncle Bruce. Trailer family coming to you live from New Orleans.
Happy birthday.
We're going to pull the Tigers through, but wanted to wish you a happy birthday first. All right, here comes your happy birthday song. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Uncle Bruce. Happy birthday to you.
All right,
War Eagle.
love you lots. War Eagle.
Happy birthday, Uncle Bruce.
Say happy birthday, Harper.
Happy birthday.
Love you. Blow kisses.
Love you.
We hope you have a great day.
Hope you have
Bruce, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bruce.
It's hard to believe you're, yikes, that's a little Fright Factory that just entered right there. Congratulations on being 60 years of age. It's not all that bad. Things do start to hurt and not work as well. But all in all, it's good. It's a good thing. We've been in the house now for about 48 hours due to rain.
Thunder, lightning.
And so it hasn't been pretty here. But January, it's hard to believe, January the 3rd, you'll be the big 6-0. Glad you're my little brother. Happy birthday. And may your day be special.
Oh, we love you so much, Bruce, and we're so glad y'all came to Selma. We love you. Have a great 60th.
Bye-bye.
All right, take 5. This is Bruce Trailer coming from Fairhope, Alabama, where it's a ripe 27 degrees outside this morning. Just eased outside to shoot this little video for your birthday. We got some sleeping babies inside, but anyway, hope you have a great one, or had a great one. I think this is a after the fact surprise, but I can't speak for the first 30 years of your life, but you've sure done a heck of a job the second 30. I'm glad I've been a part of it. Emma Martin Trailer was born on November 30th. I think that's a familiar date to you. And I just hope, well, it's a goal of mine that if 20-something years from now that Emma loves me as half as much as your little girl loves you, then I've done a good job. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you've had a great day. Love you, man. Hope to see you soon.
Happy birthday, Uncle Bruce. Happy 60th birthday. In honor of your 60th birthday, I'm going to make you a creepy video because you're now entering the creepy stage of your life. I've got on a V-neck t-shirt and I've put a butt cut down the middle of my head. I want to congratulate you on being the best uncle there is. You also know how to have a lot of fun in life. You're a really good family man, really good dad, and you make the best peach salsa around. I mean, you're well known for it. I mean, St. Pete, St. Petersburg, Tampa, Clearwater, Fort Lauderdale, they all are, I mean, you're world renowned for your peach salsa. You sell it on like every boutique corner there is. It's pretty awesome. What I'm really excited about personally for me as your nephew is that now you're 60, you're going to start to drift off into that age where you start taking your clothes off, just like old granddaddy. And over the next 20, 30 years, 40, maybe even 50, we're going to see, I think it'll start with your socks probably. Maybe the undershirts get a little itchy. You kind of take those off, don't wear those anymore. And then it'll just go from there. And that's what's going to be fun for us, is to watch you blow the mind of your kids, your sons and daughters-in-law, and then your grandkids. When, you know, hey, shower head, no problem. We don't wear clothes when we show shower heads and how they operate with our grandsons. I can't wait to hear all the stories from that. So anyway, we wish you all the best. You're an awesome uncle. Loved you to death, and hope 60's as great as it was 20 years ago. See ya.
Go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday, dear Uncle Bruce.
Happy birthday to you.
We hope you have a happy birthday, Uncle Bruce. My favorite personal memory of Uncle Bruce is you telling Taylor,
we hope you are good.
Back Simba. Yes, back Simba.
Again.
I have 4 children. I completely understand back Simba. I say it a lot, a whole lot. So we love you. Have a great day.
What does back Simba mean?
I don't know. What does that mean?
Memory, what kind of memory?
Like a favorite memory about Dad.
What kind of memory?
A favorite one.
Smile.
His smile?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Do you remember when you brought him home?
Mm-mm.
No? Too far away? Can you say happy birthday to Dad?
What?
Can you say happy birthday to Dad? Say happy birthday, Bruce.
Happy birthday, Bruce.
I gotta get close to you. You say it, Gran?
Oh.
No? Can't say happy birthday, Bruce?
Say happy birthday, Bruce, Marion. Say happy birthday, Bruce.
Happy birthday.
Caught a little off guard for this one, but I have to say you're a good brother-in-law. And
It's okay.
we've both been through some pretty hard times. But we're gonna be better. And I wish you many, many more. Happy birthday.
We love you. I'll probably go cry because he was my baby brother. And I was so excited. I was a little teeny bit excited when Daddy called from the hospital and said, it's a boy, because I wanted a little sister. But then I got to carry his little feet in the front seat, and I instantly fell in love with him. And then he was always just a joy, just laughed, and like he still does now. And then as we got older, I could always depend on him to do certain things for me, like Can It Be? And a lot of other good little memories that we share. So my sweet brother, I love you so much, and I'm so glad you're recovering, and I'll always have you in my life. Happy birthday, darling. Love you.
Half the fun of this project was making it, and because you couldn't be a part of making this tribute since it's for you, I decided that I wanted to do a short clip of some of my favorite memories of making this tribute for you with the help of Mom and Bruce. You probably owe RSM a solid 3 to 5 billable hours of my time for the past 3 days. Everybody waits until the end, the deadline, to submit their video, and nobody knows how to use technology. That's over 40. So I had to spend a lot of time on the phone, texting, emailing, and calling people, teaching them how to create these videos, which it was very fun to do, but thank goodness none of my managers and partners were out any of those days. One of the first ones that happened was when I was in Selma recording Debbie and Toby's videos. She immediately said, oh, I don't know if I can think of a memory so soon. And within 3 seconds, she had her favorite memory. So I just like it to be on the record that she can make a decision very quickly if pressed. So you should hold her to that. Next would probably be Brownie. He texted me and called me multiple times complaining that he's a dinosaur and doesn't know how to use technology. Ended up having to get his daughter to record the video 3 times before deciding on the one that he liked. And, you know, thank goodness that he was able to finish that up for you in time. I found it very funny that John Hogue was one of the first people to upload a video, and he didn't need my help at all. Didn't email me, didn't ask anything about it. So awards to John Hogue for being smarter than tons of other people that are 20 years younger than him. Joe Jenkins told Mom and I multiple times that he was creating a mass video production and promised his video until finally settling on his in-office video, because I guess all of the location videos that he made weren't working. So you'll have to ask him about his adventures with that, because I don't know anything about them. Sam Hruska insisted on having 2 videos, but nobody's surprised by that. Cindy was really funny. After they submitted the Chris Peak video and I watched it, she said, you know, we had so much more that we wanted to say, but we accidentally submitted the video too early, but we admit that that's a total Chris Peak video, so there's no need to change it, which I also agree with. And finally, your good friend Pete Jones wins the award for fastest turnaround. We started this project in early December, and I found out today, January 5th, that I had the wrong email for him the entire time, and that's why he hadn't recorded a video yet. So luckily he answered my text message today, and I probably texted him around 3 in the afternoon, and he had a video to me before 7 o'clock. So he wins the turnaround award. That's probably all I have for funny stories, and I hope that you enjoyed this small segment.
Good morning, honey. This is my tribute to you. It's been difficult to find an opportunity to record this for you because I can't seem to get you to leave the house. You were supposed to be gone today and tomorrow. And when those plans got canceled, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. So I'm grateful for the fact that you have several doctor's appointments today and won't be back until this afternoon. That being said, I just wanted to share with you how much I love you. My favorite memories of you are, I remember the first time we met. You were hot and sweaty and trying to load an order of screens. You were not a happy camper. I have vivid memories of that. I have memories of the times when Ashley would take their customers and employees to the Bucks games. And for some reason, there were several times that you happened to end up in the seat next to me on the bus over. I remember you being very friendly and fun, but certainly not my type. So it's not that I was that interested. But then I remember you bringing, when I moved to the Tampa office, I remember that you would bring Terry and Sheila ice cream sandwiches. Of course, you never shared them with the sales staff in the back, but you did make sure that the girls up front always had plenty to eat. And again, you were always just very friendly. I'm not sure I remember exactly how we started dating or what led us to that point where we had our first date, but I certainly remember our first date because we went to the movies to see Superman and the power went out. On our second date, I believe it was the next night, we went to Boatyard Village to have dinner, and there was a storm and the power went out. So I wasn't really sure at that point if we were meant to date. And yet the next thing I knew, we'd been dating for about 6 months. And then not long after that, it seemed like we were dating a year. I remember meeting your family for the first time, and I remember my very first trip to Selma. I remember being one who never wanted to have children. I remember the exact moment that I looked at you and thought, I could have children with this man. I could see your character, how much you loved your family, how much you loved your nieces and nephews. And I got a glimpse of what kind of a father you would be to our children. I remember how much fun our wedding was. It was stressful at times in the planning, but The wedding itself was a great time. And the years that we've shared after that. You've been a wonderful father. Certainly much more involved in the life of our children than my father was, although I loved my father very much. Only a father such as you could inspire your children to want to go to the lengths that they have to provide this weekend for you, and how special you are. I know you've always gotten shortchanged over the years on your birthday because it came right after Christmas and just before our anniversary, and it seemed like we always had a lot of birthdays in there, and so by the time your birthday rolled around, everybody was exhausted and broke. So we definitely wanted to make this birthday special for you and let you know just how much you mean to us, how much you mean to me. I want to thank you. One of my favorite things about you is you've always given me the freedom to be me. That's a gift. And not every spouse allows that. You've given me the freedom to explore my gifts and talents. Certainly these last 3 years have been an incredible growth experience for me personally. And you have been such a tremendous cheerleader and support and encouragement for me as I have embarked on this new business. And I just can't thank you enough for that. It's also been a tough year this past year, but so many blessings have come out of it. There are prayers that I have prayed for you for 20 years or more that I have seen the Lord answer this year through the struggle with your cancer and treatment. You know that my heart's desire has always been for a godly husband, and you are a godly husband, not only to me and to our children, but I have seen your capacity for evangelism the last couple of years in a bold way that I would never have expected from you. As I've seen you reach out to Pete and to Buddy, to Evander this year, your tenderness with Mike Agnello when you brought him to the house and spent the entire day with him to help him provide Christmas for Karen. Those are the things that are so precious about you. Anybody can pick out faults, but to find a man like you who truly gives of himself in such precious ways, in ways that are so special to others, to give of your time, to give of your money, to give of just yourself, to be bold the way you've been bold. I think of your conversation with Evander, and I don't know that I would have had the courage to do that. It's easy to do that with a family member or somebody that you're close to, but you've been willing to do that with friends, but friends that you know aren't necessarily going to receive the message, but because of your sincerity and the fact that they know you the way they do, it's helped them. And I know that several of them now are walking with the Lord because of your efforts. So I love you for that. I watched you struggle this year. The Lord was gracious to give me a glimpse of what life would be like without you, and I did not like that picture. It's easy for a spouse to say, oh, if I just didn't have to deal with them, life would be so much easier. I almost had that. I don't want that. I want to have years and years and years with you. And I pray that that's what the Lord will grace us with. But if He doesn't, I appreciate every moment we have together. And like we said, when we made this decision, we're not going to live in fear. We're not going to live waiting for the other shoe to drop. We're just going to keep living our lives and let the Lord deal with the future. So my love, Happy birthday. You're 60, finally. 60 forever. But you made it. I'm so glad you made it. I love you. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you realize how special you are. And I hope you enjoy everything that's been planned for you this weekend.
Hello, Dad, and happy 60th birthday. Wanted to make my video tribute to you, something that was memorable and fitting for us, and I thought of hats. You like hats, whether they fit you or not, whether they fit you well or not, whether you need them or not. So this video tribute to you is about your many hats that you've worn as a father, to me, to Taylor, a husband to Mom, and those hats and how they've shaped us. So here's a look at some of the hats that I was able to come up with that you've worn in our lives so far. We'll start with a classic, the Batman Buddy. Timeless. Then the Mario Buddy. Then the Boo Boo Buddy. Followed by the Lego Buddy. Then Practical Reasons. Financial Advisor. Financial Analyst. Bank of Dad. Sometimes our bookie. Sometimes our loan officer. You've been a spotter. A driving instructor. A teacher. A great math tutor. A fashionista. A personal shopper. A golf instructor. A scorekeeper. And a coach. Now I'm sure I could spend another 5-10 minutes showing you Photoshop pictures of your head on some other random task or something you've done, a yard man, maybe something like that. But that list is enough. Now, the biggest thing you've been, and the biggest hat that you've worn, for me and for all of us, is you're my biggest fan. And that's something that is something I will never forget, something I will always cherish, something that I forget sometimes, and something that recently and through the trials and tribulations and hardships that I've gone through lately, you've always shown that. You've always been there supporting me. You've always been the one to be the fan when I needed it the most, and never turn your back on me, never show any sort of disgust or issue or lack of pride in me, no matter what the situation or the circumstances. And that's something that is just been monumental to me. Going through the growing pains of the last 4 or 5 years and the struggles that I've had, that you've always been the fan, the dedicated, diehard, never say die fan that anyone could ask for and anyone would want to have in their corner. And it's always been something where I've never had to worry about disappointing you, or you not accepting something I'm doing, or not being proud of me for, you know, where I'm at or what I'm doing. You've always been the fan that's been there to pick me up, cheer me on, you know, through thick and thin there. And that will always be the greatest memory that I have, and continue to have, and support that I continue to get from you. And you know, you're moving into 60, and we're moving into a big year, and big transition, and something to continue to have you cheer me on for, and something that I am proud to present to you, and present to have something to have you cheer for this next step. And looking forward to continuing to have you as a fan for that and have you around for that. So thank you for being my biggest fan, and always showing it, never wavering, never jumping off the bandwagon. So thank you for that. I'm proud to carry your name, proud to have you as my father. Happy to see you at 60 and see what the rest of 60 and beyond holds. I love you, Dad. Happy birthday.
Happy 60th birthday, Daddy. I hope you really enjoyed all these videos, and now it's finally time for my tribute. I've put it off all night. It's 11:30. I've been thinking about what to say, and I've made a little list thanks to you, and I'm probably gonna cry a lot, so just be okay with it. While I was watching all your friends talk about you, I was reminded of your love for people. And when I first started at RSM, people would always ask me, you know, so you do in business, you know, what do you like to do outside of work? And I never had a good answer. I really didn't. I don't really have a lot of hobbies. And so I finally, probably 6 months to a year after I started, got tired of not really having an answer. And I finally just was honest and said, people are my hobby. I really only care about hanging out with people. My favorite thing to do is to get dinner with people, and I think it's something that I really inherited from you is I'll get up any hour of the day to see my friends. And I remember, you know, all the times that you've been close to family or customers or just friends in your travels, and you'll go out of your way to see them and have dinner with them. And I thank you for that. I love people, and I'm just really glad for that, because I think that's the best way that I show Christ's love, is by loving others where they are. And you definitely taught me how to love them, you know, through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I didn't really think about it until I watched all these videos of your friends talking about you doing the same thing. So it's one of my favorite things about you. And, you know, obviously Bruce and I had made that funny video about dad-isms, and some of my other favorite memories outside of those are, I think when we were little kids, we'd get up on your shoulders or get up on your back down in the bedroom. We'd stand up on the cedar chest, and then you'd carry us down to our rooms, and Mom would always get mad because we'd slap our hands against the door frame and make fingerprints. And I really loved that just as a little girl. We always used to say, I don't know why we did this, we always used to say, it's not easy being green. And you had something else that you said back, but I don't remember. But I just love, like, when we have little sayings like that. And I remember when I was in college, well, I guess before I get there, now I sound like Doug Smith, you know, you just always really invested in me. And I think about our trip to Selma when I was in middle school, and now that I'm older, I kind of see how hard it is for dads to relate to their preteen/teenage daughters. And I think a lot of them would have been terrified, and maybe you were, to be in the car with their daughter for 18 hours and put her in front of their customers. And I'm just so thankful that you weren't afraid of that, or at least not afraid enough to not take me. I remember, you know, a cup of cappuccino, and I remember making semis honk their horns, and of course I was your secretary with all your notepads, and I loved it. And that's a sweet, sweet memory for you and I. And I just really thank you for investing in me then, and then investing in me in sports, you know, being there for all my sports games and my track meets, being on that corner when I rounded the last corner and telling me to run fast, and you know, and then in college when I was home for the summers, I remember there was a period of time, freshman or sophomore year, where every Thursday we would meet at Five Guys, and those times I think are just really important, and I'm glad that you were able to take time out of your day to do it. I think about all the stories that you guys tell. Gran and Granddad's table will probably always be my favorite place, and you know, I think I'm crying because I know one day I won't be there, but the stories will always be there. And I'm just so glad that, you know, I'm part of a family that makes fun of itself and is happy to tell those stories. And I'm thankful that, you know, you let me nag you about all your friends and, you know, let me meet Rick Steinberger, and you really let us be a part of your friendships. And I'm really glad that you didn't hide us from your friends or your customers. You know, you wanted us to meet them. You wanted us because you cared about them. And I'm just really glad for that. I love being a part of your friendships. And I just love stories on you, of course. Your friends were kind. Nobody told any really crazy stories on these videos, so you owe them some money. I think about your relationship with Mom and just the way that she always came first. I never really thought about it when I was younger, but now that I'm older, you know, I think back to times when maybe I was upset with her or Bruce was upset with her, and it's always easy to see how the wife puts a husband first and says, well, your father's in charge and so you need to go to him, but you always made sure that we understood, hey, even if you're upset with Mom, you know, she's still my number one, and while I understand your thoughts and feelings, she's still your mother and she's still in charge, and I'm just really thankful for that, because it showed me how, you know, my husband should act. And even in the way that you love her, you know, you guys are always showing us how we should act with our spouse, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the way that you love her like Christ loves the church, and the way that you are not afraid to humble yourself as a husband and a father and admit when you've been wrong. You know, we all have faults, and you've never been afraid to admit that. And I think that's awesome, and it's something that I really treasure about you and our family as I get older. I think about the way that you think about people in small ways. How I always came home to, or I always not came home, I always woke up, you know, at like noon in high school and college to a cup of hot cocoa. And now it's coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, and those Slurpees after basketball practice. You guys always claimed that we didn't have any money, but we always had money for Slurpees. Shopping with you, thank you for shopping with us and always being a sucker for a deal. I think about our Star Fox emails in college. Those were always a lot of fun, and the reason why I love those is I loved reading your letters to Granddad about your expenses. I mean, I shouldn't be crying, they're just funny, but I'm just glad that now we have something that we can show my kids or Bruce's kids about funny things that we said with you, and I'm glad we can kind of carry on that tradition. I think about, you know, I remember Mom sat down and had a conversation with me when I was younger about how Bruce and I's friendship was going to be crucial later on in life, and how important it was, because we would always have each other, and she was right. And I just thank you for loving your siblings so well, and for, you know, leading our household and what Mom taught about that, and always making sure that Bruce and I knew how important we were to each other, and for showing us how to love each other the way that you've loved your siblings, and showing us that even when it's hard to love your siblings, or even when they make decisions that are different than you would make, that we are there for them and we love them, and they're always family and they're always invited to Christmas, and, you know, no matter what. And I obviously, if I made a video for Bruce like this, I would cry just as much, and you and Mom are to blame for that, in a good way. And, you know, I just think about our phone calls after work, and I guess now I understand why you always talk about your Friday phone call with Granddad, except for I make you talk to me almost every day, so I'm not sorry. Fridays aren't enough, and I'm just so thankful for those. I'm thankful that you are, you know, you always pick up the phone, always. No matter what time I call, or if you're busy, you call right back. And you even interrupt calls with your customers to let me know that you'll call me back. And I just can't tell you what that means to me, to know that you'll always pick up and you're always there. And I don't know, that's a hard quality to find in a dad, I think, sometimes. So thank you for that. It reminds me, you know, there was a point in my life where I really struggled with God, and I really contemplated walking away from my faith. And I used to say to my counselor, my dad picks up the phone every time I call. If God loves me more than dad, my dad loves me. He sucks. He never answers me. My dad always answers. And while I worked through that, that was you know, you kind of made it hard with God sometimes because you were so good at being my dad, and it's not comparable because he's God, but you know what I mean, I think, by that. And I thank you for that. I would much rather struggle with that than to struggle with a dad who was never there. And so, you know, and then I always go back to that life lesson you taught me that I've told you before of, you know, this is my life, and I was getting braces and I was so upset about it, and you know, you said this is your life, and you know, this braces are going to be this little bit of your life, and you won't even remember. And I don't really remember, and you're right, and I've used that so many times since then, and I'm thankful for that lesson, and I've repeated that lesson to many people, and they've appreciated it, and it's been a great reminder every busy season, every, you know, hard time in my life. And you know, like Danny said, you're always in line to beat up ex-boyfriends, and I'm thankful for that, and I'm thankful that I'm thankful that you're hard to replace. And you know, you'll always be my dad, but you know, one day I'll have a husband and he'll have to be my new go-to, and I'm glad that you're hard to replace and not easy. And I'm thankful that you're always willing to pick the reins right back up where we left off after I've gotten out of a relationship. And other than that, I mean, there's so many other things I'm sure that I'm forgetting, but I'm just so lucky to be your daughter, and you know, to watch you grow as a dad and a husband and a man, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you for making family so important. God, I'm glad I didn't go to London and Europe and Asia and Australia when I was a kid. I'm glad that I went to Selma all the time. I would much rather go to Selma than any of those places. And I'm so thankful that you and Mom made it a point for us to connect with family. And I'll always treasure that, and I hope to do the same for my kids. And so yeah, I'm probably just gonna get off now and stop crying. But you know, I wore your KA jersey for the video. I've got Auburn shorts on, and I just thank you for everything that you've ever done for me. And I'm lucky to be your little girl, and I always will be. And you know, I guess the only appropriate way to end this video is to say happy 60th birthday.